Welcome dear students. Here we are going to learn the organometallic chemistry. This is the course of CHG 290. Today we are going to learn the new chapter of this session, that is the coordination chemistry, their reaction and mechanism. First of all, we are going to learn the substitution reaction. In that, let me learn the lability and the inertness of the complexes. These complexes in which the exchange of one or more ligand can rapidly exchange. The ligand which can be rapidly exchanged are called as labile complexes, and if the ligand are slowly exchanged are called as inert ligands. The lability is not related to the thermodynamic stability of the complex. The stable complex may be labile or the inert, so as the unstable complexes. Let me see the example of the labile complex, or this is nothing but the stable complexes. The CuNH3,4H2O twice 2 plus is a labile complex. How it is this complex is labile? Because whenever this complex which is react with the aqueous sorry uh, this complex which is with the aqueous solution have the color blue. When the concentrated hydrochloric acid, that is HCl, is added to this solution, the blue color is immediately turns to green, giving CuCl for 2 minus complex. But when the complex is kept at such a it remains at such a without any decomposition. Next is inert and unstable complexes. The examples are CONH3 plus, which is react very slowly. When this complex is treated with the concentrated HCl, no reaction which takes place. Only when this can be takes place by heating this complex with the 6 molar HCl for many hours, then only one ammonia is substituted by Cl minus. That's why this is called as what? Inert complexes. Let us see the d electron configuration. This is very important concept for identifying the lability and the inertness of the complexes. If the electron are present in the Eg orbitals, there are the two energy level. Okay, this is the T2G and this is the Eg complexes. Whenever the electron present in the Eg orbital, the complex will be labile. The ligand will be weakly bonded to the metal and hence can be substituted easily. Mostly the electron must be present in the Eg orbital. The complexes with the empty T2G orbital will be labile. The complex with empty T2G orbital also labiles because ligand can approach easily without much repulsion. In short, if the complexes contains less than 3, the complex contain less than 3d electron, it will be labile, or if one or more Eg electron are present, that are also called as a labile. Let me see here. These are D0, that is there is no any electron in the T2G and Eg, that's why this is the labile complexes. In D1, D2, D3 system, there is a very less electron are present in the T2G orbital. That's why these are called as a labile complexes. In case of D4 system, what is the condition? There must be the electron present in the Eg orbital. If the electron are present in Eg orbital, that are what? Labile complexes. Here, in case of D4 high spin concept, there is a one electron present in Eg orbital, that's why this is labile. But in case of D4 low spin, there is a zero electron present in Eg, that's why this is inert. In case of D5 system also, there is a 2 electron in Eg, that's why this is a labile. And in case of D5 system which is low spin, there is a 0 electron in the Eg, that's why this is inert. Here in D6 system, there are the 2 electron are present, but here the more electron are present in T2G, that's why here this is inert complexes. And here in D6 system, there is a 0 electron are present in the Eg, that's why this is the inert complexes. And here D7, D8, D9 and D10 cysteine, there is more electron present in EG cysteine. That's why all these are what? The labile complexes. Yet we see the factor affecting the lability of the complexes. The size of central metal ion. The smaller the size of the metal ion, greater will be the inertness because the ligand are held tightly by the metal ion. Second factor, the charge on the central metal ion. Greater the charge on the metal ion, greater will be the inertness of the complexes, since the metal ligand bond are strong. This is about what? The lability and the inertness of the complex. Next, let we learn that is the mechanism of the substitution. There are the three types of the substitution mechanism. First, association. Second, dissociation. Third, interchange mechanism. This interchange mechanism have two types: interchange associative and interchange dissociative. IA and ID. Let me see one by one. First, that is the dissociative. What is dissociative? This is one of the ligand dissociative from the reactant to form a reaction intermediate with lower coordination number than the reactant or the product. The intermediate which is formed which has a low coordination number than the reactant and the product. The octahedral complexes and the smaller metal center. Let we see or explain or understood this concept by taking an example. In this dissociative type of mechanism, this is our reactant Ml5X. This Ml5X, first of all, dissociate, and here in this case, this X is the leaving group. This X is removed. In the first step, X is removed and we get Ml5 in the intermediate state plus X. Then this Ml5 which is reacted with the incoming ligand, and here we get Ml5Y. Okay, let me see. Here in this case, this is the octahedral complex. They have the coordination number 6. In first step, here in the first step, there is no any incoming ligand you can see here. There is no any incoming ligand, no any Y is there. In dissociative type, first of all, the X is a leaving group is removed. This is the first step, and there is a formation of the 5 coordinated intermediate. This is the 5 coordinated intermediate. They have the shape like square pyramidal or trigonal bipyramidal. After that, the Y, that is incoming ligand, which is immediately attack on this intermediate state, and we get the product containing the Y. The dissociative mechanism predict that the rate of overall substitution reaction depends only on the concentration of the original complex. Here you can see there is no any need of any Y. That means the rate of reaction depends on only original ligand, that is the Ml5X, and it is not, or it is independent of the concentration of the incoming ligand. That's why here this rate of reaction or rate of or overall reaction, which is equal to K1 into concentration of Ml5X. Next we are going to learn that is associative type of mechanism. In this, the reaction intermediate is formed by including the incoming ligand in the coordination sphere and has a higher coordination number. This intermediate is the higher coordination number than reactant or the product. Let me see. This is Ml5 plus Y. Here you can see here associative case we require both Ml5 and Y. First of all, this Y is attack on this complex. There is a formation of Ml5XY intermediate. Then after the formation of that, there is a removal of X. It takes place in the second step. Okay. Let me see. In the first step, this is the octahedral complexes. They have the coordination number 6. Then here it requires the Y. In the slow step, what happened? In first of all, Y is attached to this complex compound, and there is a formation of the 7 coordinated intermediate. In a dissociative type of reaction, there is a formation of the 5 coordinated intermediate, but in associative type of reaction, there is a formation of the 7 coordinated intermediate. Okay, here the 7 coordinated intermediate have the shape monocapped octahedron or pentagonal bipyramidal. After the formation of that, then there is a steric hindrance which can be takes place, and that's why here this X, that is leaving group, which can be removed, and we get the product having 6 coordination number. This red determining state is what? The collision between the original complex ML5X and the incoming ligand Y to produce the 7 coordinated intermediate, that is what? ML5XY. The second faster step is what? The dissociation of the X ligand to produce the desired product. The associative mechanism predict that the rate of reaction depend on the concentration of ML5X and what? The Y. That's why the rate of reaction is equal to K1 into concentration of ML5X and the concentration of Y. Next we are going to learn that is a interchange mechanism. It is a continuous single step process. This is what? Continuous single step process. It exists in 2 types. First, interchange associative. That is, the bond making is more important. In this case, what happened? The bond making is more important. Second type, that is interchange dissociative. That is ID. In this case, the bond breaking is more important than bond making. That's why it is called as a interchange dissociation. Let me see. Here in this case, as this is our complex, in the intermediate state, the Y begins to bond, X begins to leave. At the same time, this Y begins to make a bond with the complex, and at the same time, this X is going to or begins to leave this or to break this bond from this complex. That is, the bond making to Y and bond breaking to X occurs simultaneously. This is organic SN2 reaction. Although we speak generally about association and the dissociation reaction mechanism, the term A and D are reserved for situation where 7 and 5 coordinate intermediate have actually been isolated and positively identified. If no intermediate have been isolated or identified, the designation ID and IE are more appropriate. Here you can see this is energy profile diagram of the interchange reaction substitution mechanism. This is at the transition state. What happened? There is a breaking of MX bond and the making of MY bond is takes place simultaneously, and then we get the product, that is MY, by removing the X. Okay, this is about what? The interchange reaction, substitution reaction. Thank you very much for watching this lecture. In this lecture, we learn or we discuss what? The inert and the labile complexes, and also what? The substitution reaction. We learn the 3 substitution reaction: associative, dissociative and interchange reaction. Thank you very much for watching this lecture.